Hey, this is Michael Allen Smith, and this is the first video update I'm doing for my new teen drama web series, The Chronicles of ELPI DIXON. Since this is the first one, I thought I'd, kind of introduce myself, kind of give you a little background on who I am and what I hope to accomplish, and yada yada yada. I've been into film since I was about 12 years old. I saw this movie called Star Wars that kind of changed my life. I didn't have any idea, of course at 12, who does, of what I wanted to do, but after I walked out of that theater I did. I want to make movies. So I've always been around it, and I've always surrounded myself with people that have been into that sort of thing, and made student films, and then made films with my friends, and it's just something I've always done. I am now in a position to where I can start doing this hobby as, semi-professional now, with, the technology of today and computers and whatnot. You can make really good looking stuff with just the basics, and that's pretty much what I have at this point. I've got a JVC HD full HD camera. I have just kind of I've got a couple lighting kits, and I've got a Steadicam for small HD cameras that I'm using, and there's some other things with the budget I'm gonna pick up, possibly another camera. So the show's gonna look pretty good. It's gonna look pretty good, and I'm real excited about it. And just some history about ELPI DIXON. Originally, I came up with this idea back in 2007, and actually it was a backstory to a science fiction film I was writing called Dead Star. The main character was ELPI DIXON, and I was writing a science fiction movie, and I was like, I wonder what her background is. So that kind of manifested into this, the history of her, and it turned out that the backstory was better than the film I was writing. So I completely switched gears and turned this into a teen drama, which I've always wanted to do, just straight drama. And I've never done that before. I will admit I'm pretty much a sci-fi geek, so most of the stuff I have written has been either in the sci-fi or horror genres. Never done any just reality-based straight drama, and as it turns out, I have a real flair for it. So we're going this route, and like I said, it's been many things. It began as a science fiction movie. It went from that to a TV series. I had even developed that, and had a couple people working on it that I've since parted ways with. But it went from that, and then I decided I was just going to make that into a movie. Just a basic, her growing up and going into the Navy and becoming an astronaut stuff, which some of you know and some of you don't know about all that, but that has completely changed at this point for the web series because of, obviously I'm not going to call up NASA and ask, hey, can we film a launch? No. Or can we just film out there? No, I don't have that kind of money. I do have a $3,000 budget for the show for the first season, hoping to up that after we get to Kickstarter fundraiser going, hoping to get a couple more thousand. So still 5,000, no. So I decided with that money I could only do pretty much just like a teen drama thing, filming at schools and just around the area. So, getting back to what I was talking about, it has been many things, and it was a mini-series at one point, and now it's become a web series. And I have a couple cast members that have already signed on. I'm very excited about that, and I've got 4 or 5 callbacks this week. So very excited about that, and those people pretty much know that they've got it. So I've probably got about 5 or 6 parts cast, and they're all pretty much the big major parts. Still hearing back, waiting for a couple people, but I'm pretty confident I will hear something. You know, my hope for the show is to get it out on the internet and to get exposure as much as I can. I think the characters and the story, I'm pretty sure it's going to get noticed by somebody in Hollywood that's going to want to take this, full bore and make it into a real TV show. But like I said, starting out, I've got little fundage, so I mean, at the very least, it's going to be deferred payment for everyone, cast and crew, until hopefully, I'm hoping once we get the first season done, which I'm thinking about 13 episodes, that I'm going to try to sell it as a DVD box set, and if that takes off, obviously I'll be making money from it, and then I would be passing that money on to everybody else who helped me out, because I wouldn't be able to do it without them. So basically, anybody who's going to be working on the show, we're all going to have to work together to make it happen. And I think that there's enough creative and passionate people that I'll be working with about film and the craft of film that they don't have a problem with that. So that is pretty much my first video update. I know that I did want to show you some of the stuff that I have, but we'll wait for part 2 to do that. So until part 2, which I think I'm going to film here in a little bit, I will be in touch.